Dry eye or conjunctivitis sicca, to give its medical name, is a very common complaint. So why is it that many people live in misery because they can't get relief for their dry eyes? We're going to be talking a lot more about dry eyes on this channel and in this series, but before we can talk about the causes and the treatment for dry eyes, we must establish first of all what the type of dry eye you have is. The good news is that there are only two main categories of dry eye problems based on the health of your tears. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, and welcome to Martin's Eye Tips with me, optometrist Martin Oguzi. And on this channel, we're all about helping you to see better, see more comfortably, and hopefully be less anxious about your eyes. Now, if that sounds interesting to you, then please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell as well so you get reminded every time I release a new video. For many years now, I've felt that dry eye has been one of the most common yet widely misunderstood problems that we as eye care professionals have to deal with. A good indication of the scale of the issue can be found by just taking a look at the huge global industry around dry eye products and therapies. Don't get me wrong, these products are needed, but you'd think that surely with all this choice of products, dry eye must be a condition that is well catered for and in fact need not be a problem in this day and age. The reality is that with just a little bit of digging around, you'll find many people that live with and suffer in silence because of their dry eye problems. And worse still, there are many people out there who really sink into depression as a result of the misery that dry eye causes them. Now, in this three-part mini-series on making sense of dry eye treatment, I'm going to be unpacking the problem, and we'll also be looking at the causes and the best strategies for treatment. So just make sure you subscribe to the channel, and that way you don't get to miss the series. So what exactly is dry eye? Well, it's very simple, and yet it's a complex problem all at the same time. In this video, I'm going to be keeping it simple, and in subsequent videos, we'll uncover a little bit more about the problem and also the treatment. Now, we could just simply say that dry eye is a condition where your eyes are dry, and that's the end of that. As many definitions that you perhaps might find online will do. However, my tip for a better understanding of the problem of dry eye is to define and concentrate on the medical name of dry eye, which I believe holds the key to how we manage and treat dry eyes. Medically, dry eye is known as keratoconjunctivitis sicca, often abbreviated to KCS. So what does that mean? Well, if we break it down, we find that there are four key words that make up the name, and those words are kerato, conjunctive, itis, and sicca. So kerato is the medical name for cornea, that is the front lens of the eye. Conjunctive refers to conjunctiva, which is the transparent skin that lines the white of the eye and wraps to cover the inside of the eyelids. Itis is a medical postfix name to indicate inflammation. So any condition that ends in itis is an inflammatory condition. Examples include iritis, sinusitis, arthritis, and so on. And sicca is derived from the Latin word siccus, meaning dry. Now, when we put all that together, we then have the word keratoconjunctivitis sicca, which quite literally means corneal conjunctival inflammation caused by dryness. So the important takeaway from the name is that the fact that the main problem to overcome with dry eye is not just one of dryness, but one of inflammation. The most important word to remember in the name keratoconjunctivitis sicca is the word itis, or inflammation. And the reason for this is because it is so often overlooked in unsuccessful dry eye treatments. There'll be more on this as we go through the other videos in the series. Now, the other thing that I really want to hit on in this video is the fact that while dry eye can be a complex condition, all dry eye problems will fall into one of only two simple categories. So your dry eye is either an evaporative dry eye, or it's an aqueous deficient dry eye. So what does all of that mean? Well, evaporative dry eye is the problem of your tears evaporating way too quickly, resulting in dry patches on the cornea and the conjunctiva that are not getting good coverage with tears. The aqueous deficient dry eye, on the other hand, is the problem that arises because your eyes simply are not producing enough water, which then results in dryness of the cornea and the conjunctiva. And this is all significant because the longer that dryness goes on, the more inflammation arises, along with all of the uncomfortable symptoms associated with dry eyes. Now, of the two categories of dry eyes, aqueous deficient dry eye is by far the most serious and the most difficult to treat as well. Now, my experience of dry eye sufferers, there tends to be three camps that dry eye sufferers symptoms fall in. So first of all, we have those that complain of a watery dry eye. I know this sounds contradictory, but it's a common one. Then you have those that report blurry dry eyes, and then you have those that report all the symptoms and extreme discomfort as well. So in the next video, I'll go into more detail and also explain the causes and why this is critical to understanding how we go about treating and managing dry eyes. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and also that notification bell as well to get reminded when I release that video. Also check out the link in the description box for some extra tips to soothing your dry eye discomfort quickly and effectively if you want to get started. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really look forward to catching you in the next video. Take care.